Do you think you have to ride that level of consciousness based on, the decisions you're making? Meaning, if you're doing something and then afterwards you feel like guilt or shame, it's going to start to lower your conscious level. A lot of the media pushes things out to have this level of anxiety, this undertone level of fear, which leads to a lower conscious level and then therefore inactivity, right? Because as you move higher up that conscious level chart, you start to evoke action. So you might become angry about what the media is pushing. So maybe you're not fear, you're anger, which is going to invoke some sort of action. So then
Hmm.
therefore it gets you moving. But it seems as if we're almost just on this constant fight, including with our politicians, our media, the systemic system in which we live in is constantly trying to suppress the conscious level to an inactivity. And that's kind of the overrising almost theme of everything you guys were talking about. Rod, would you agree with that, or where do you feel as far as the conscious level rising and falling?
Well, it depends on where, everyone's at a different state of being, right? And you mentioned anger. Anger is higher than shame, for
Right.
instance, right? So if you're depressed, becoming angry is actually going to help you out because it's going to produce, like you said, action. But
Right.
if you're in a state of happiness, going down to anger is is not very helpful for you. It's not very helpful for humanity. And so, really understanding that we are all responsible for everybody else, right? If we go under the concept of there are no others, then it's up to all of us to, again, this word control I don't really like, but let's just say be aware. It's up to all of us to be aware of our emotional state because that's our vibration. And our vibration as a species is what creates the entire experience for us all. And you can see that as a parent, right? So, like, if you're a parent that's constantly angry, what sort of opportunities does that lead for your kids? You're going to produce kids who don't know things like trust and things like
Mm.
bliss and things like harmony. They're not going to really understand those, and they're going to have to go out into the world and take 20 years of their life of going to self-help seminars and therapy and many, many relationships to really understand what it is to be happy because they've spent their entire life with you as the parent resonating with your anger. And
Mm.
so I think a lot of us can understand that from a parent child relationship. But if
That's a
we
great picture.
expand our
Hmm.
family out and we expand our family out and realize that we are all a family, and then when you're angry, you affect another person that affects another person that affects another person. And it's all of our responsibilities to raise our level of consciousness up to the degree that we are comfortable being, not faking it, but just being it. Then it allows humanity as a whole to ascend to wherever else we are to go from here.